China is increasingly showing abnormal trends that are directly pushing against the limits of the CCP regime. The People's Daily tried to lecture Japan, yet Chinese netizens instantly flipped the narrative and started exposing the CCP's own dark history. The Thai military destroyed Cambodia's telecom fraud enclaves, and Chinese netizens created the most grassroots diplomatic thank you wall ever seen. And when a girl's comic becomes grounds for prosecution, when the party leader alone has a sensitive word blacklist with over 35,000 entries, we can clearly see. Two forces are colliding head-on one side, an increasingly fragile regime, on the other, an increasingly awakened public, using sarcasm, humor, and backlash to shake a regime already teetering on collapse. Today, we connect these three stories and tell them as one. 1. People's Daily attacks Japan. But Chinese netizens turn it back on the CCP. Here's what happened. China-Japan relations have been tense recently. Japan's new Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi said, "If Taiwan is in danger, Japan is in danger," instantly shattering the CCP's fragile ego. The CCP mouthpiece People's Daily, through its Zhongsheng column, published several articles criticizing Japan. But guess what? The articles were supposed to scold Japan, yet Chinese netizens themselves couldn't stand it first. On December 15, People's Daily published another piece solemnly declaring, "Forgetting history means betrayal. It's not shameful to acknowledge what has already happened. What's truly shameful is pretending it never happened." It was meant for Japan, but after reading it, Chinese netizens completely hijacked the comment section. It exploded into a massive historical reckoning. Some wrote, "Oh wow, a great national self-reflection is finally beginning." Another added, "Hurry up and release the Qing dynasty archives, acknowledging history isn't shameful." Some went straight for the CCP's weak spot. Your own textbooks can't even clearly explain the first 30 years and the next 30 years. And the iconic line, "I didn't know a government could be this shameless." The comments section became a public execution ground of the CCP. Netizens list out all the history the CCP erased. On X, formerly Twitter, the criticism was even sharper. One user wrote, "The CCP is the true master of selective amnesia. When Zhongsheng lectures Japan, did it hear the echo?" This so-called facing history mirrors exactly what the CCP erased from textbooks and the internet: the Great Famine, the Cultural Revolution, Tiananmen Square. The CCP condemns others only to distract from domestic issues. Zhongsheng is not criticizing Japan, it is exposing the CCP's own crimes. Other comments. The CCP is talking about itself: suppression campaigns, anti-rightist, the Great Leap Forward deaths, the Cultural Revolution, all erased as if they never happened. Countless essays have vanished, 1989 is gone, June 4 erased, as if those dates never existed in Chinese history. How many died on June 4? Where is the list of names? People began listing events one by one: Changchun Siege, Dao County Massacre, the Yingyang Incident, Dingxi Orphanage, Jiabayangu Labor Camp, Shaping Farm. Others mocked the party more. Yes. Wuhan Seafood Market in December 2019, absolutely nothing happened. Beijing Sidong Bridge in 2022, nothing happened. In fact, the bridge doesn't exist at all. Don't forget, lockdown deaths, vaccine injuries, Zhengzhou tunnel drownings. More comments hit harder. The CCP killed tens of millions, has it ever apologized or compensated families? It still seizes private assets and sells influence abroad. Has there ever been a more shameless, evil organization? Netizens ridiculed People's Daily. Stop performing, the audience is gone. Everyone already knows the trick. What was meant to spark nationalism ended up triggering a massive backlash. One word, shameful, unlocked a vault of suppressed memories. Who fears history the most? From these comments, the answer is painfully clear. 2. Chinese netizens thank the Thai military for bombing Cambodia's scam centers. Now, from the CCP being roasted by its own citizens, let's look at another recent event where Chinese netizens collectively traveled abroad spiritually, this time to thank a foreign government. The official Weibo of the Thai embassy in China suddenly became a pilgrimage site, turned into the most grassroots diplomatic message board in history. Why? Because the Thai military bombed Cambodia's telecom fraud compounds, doing what the CCP has refused to do for years. Fighting broke out along the Thailand-Cambodia border on December 7. On December 10, Thailand deployed F-16 jets and bombed several casino buildings, which were not casinos at all, but scam command centers, weapon storage sites, and drone bases. At least 3 fraud hubs were destroyed. China's internet exploded with gratitude. Thank you, Thailand. I haven't received scam calls for days, I'm so moved. Support Thailand cracking down on scam parks, we'll all travel to Thailand now. A responsible country. Truly admirable. In the Far East there is a dragon, its name is Thailand. Citizen journalist Chen Xiushir posted footage showing the aftermath, like kicking over a trash can, cockroaches running everywhere. The video showed masses of people fleeing the compounds, almost all young men, with few women, elderly, or children. Other Chinese men posted their own thank you videos. Salute to a country that doesn't just talk but actually protects its people. Thank you, Thai government and Thai military. You did a great deed. You are a powerful, righteous nation. I didn't want to say this, but now I must. On X, comments were even blunter. Thanks to Thailand for bombing CCP-backed crime hubs. The US let Thailand destroy the CCP's business in Cambodia. China's telecom giants should expect their stocks to plunge. This is a slap in the CCP's face and the darkest satire of its so-called great power rise. Chinese people were excited because telecom fraud has harmed them for far too long. Everyone knows the truth. Those scam compounds survive only because of CCP-linked princelings and protection networks. Thailand said one word, attack. And Chinese citizens understood instantly, someone in this world is willing to do what the CCP will not. Netizens even marked targets for the Thai military. Chinese netizens were so eager they started providing bombing coordinates, including the notorious Cambodia Academy of Life Sciences. Outwardly it claimed to study stem cells. In reality? Connections to illegal organ harvesting at Xiangya No. 2 Hospital in China, ties to Taizi Group, already sanctioned by the US, Korean media reporting 4,000 detainees used to extract bone marrow to make immortality drugs. A pure criminal biotech hell, a Chinese mafia paradise. Chinese investigative bloggers revealed. Cambodia's so-called industrial parks have no industry, only Chinese-run scam syndicates. Years of CCP money, equipment, and personnel exports turned the country into a crime haven. UN and Amnesty International reports show 50-plus parks tied to slavery, torture, trafficking, and child labor, all run by Chinese gangs, funded through networks linked to CCP elites. This time, someone finally took real action, not on China's behalf, but against China's criminal ecosystem. The Thai F-16 bombs didn't just hit buildings, they struck at the CCP's black gold empire of princelings, gangs, and protection rackets. No wonder Chinese netizens flooded the Thai embassy's page. It was a national emotional explosion. 3. In Xi's China, even drawing a pig can put you in prison. Thailand bombs scam centers, and Chinese netizens rushed to thank them. But inside China, under Xi Jinping's tightening censorship, a single cartoon can ruin your life. This next story sounds absurd, but it's real. In Xi's China, drawing a pig can land you in prison. The case of Zhang Dongning. Zhang Dongning, born in 1997 in Anhui, loved to draw since childhood and later went to Japan to pursue art. Her crime? She drew over 300 comics featuring pig heads on human bodies, satirizing social issues and abuses of power. The internet loved her work. But someone was offended. And we all know who. The man who also takes offense at Kumamon, the Japanese cartoon bear. In 2019, Zhang returned to China to visit her family. As soon as she set down her luggage, the police came for her. Her charges? The CCP's old trio. Distorting history, insulting China, hurting national feelings. They also labeled her pro-Japan. In short, you drew a pig, therefore you insulted the entire Chinese population. She was jailed for 1 year under the vague, catch-all crime of picking quarrels and provoking trouble. In 2020, she was released. Safe now? No. 6 months later, she posted a comic commenting on the Jianggu murder case, a high-profile killing of a Chinese student in Japan. Police arrested her again, with the same fabricated charge. Another year in prison. The horrifying part. Her works never called for revolution. No violence. Not even political leaders. She simply drew pigs. But in a hypersensitive authoritarian regime, even a pig becomes political. Why can drawing a pig be a crime? Zhang's case is just the tip of the iceberg. Under Xi, picking quarrels and provoking trouble has become a tool for arbitrary repression. It doesn't matter what you did, only whether the regime feels offended. The CCP excels at word games. Its definitions stretch infinitely. Today you're labeled the people, tomorrow you're an enemy. If they dislike you, they erase you, from society or even physically. Since the 2013 judicial reinterpretation, the crime expanded to online spaces, meaning memes, jokes, satire, group chats, and even emojis can lead to arrest. And what counts as serious consequences? Whatever police say. What counts as insult? Whatever they feel like. Reality is stranger than fiction. A Shandong man named Wang Jiangfeng got 22 months in prison for saying, "Shi baozi," she steamed bun. People who shared Winnie the Pooh memes were detained. Citizen journalist Zhang Zhan got 4 years for reporting on COVID. Activists Su Zhiyong and Ding Jiaxi received heavy sentences for peaceful advocacy. In 2024, a Genshin Impact player named a monster something sounding like Xi Jinping, their account was banned for 11 years. In 2021, a Japanese mobile game censored the Chinese character, Chui, because the radicals suggested white feather death, interpreted as a curse against Xi. If this creativity were used in tech, China would have surpassed Silicon Valley long ago. Xi's sensitive word list, over 35,000 terms. Data from Xiaohongshu shows that in 2020 alone, 564 new Xi-related sensitive terms were added, words like Emperor Xi, step backward, lifetime rule, etc. But the real shocker. A leaked censorship database from LeTV showed 35,467 sensitive words related to Xi Jinping alone. Imagine one man holding grudges against 35,000 terms. From Shi baozi, Xi emperor, step backward, to money thrower, Qincheng prison, blacklist, personally commands, the accelerator-in-chief. Anything he dislikes becomes prohibited. You think you're writing a comment. But you're actually walking through a minefield. This is what literary inquisition looks like in modern form. Zhang Dongning's pig drawings weren't unique, they were a symbol of Xi's era. A regime terrified of satire. A system sustained by vague laws. A leadership so insecure it fears a cartoon pig. If it cannot tolerate a girl's sketchbook, what can it tolerate?